Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be testing out the Model's Own Try Me kit. If you have not already seen my Ulta haul video that I just recently did, I will link that down below. But in that video I received this entire kit because there was a special promotion that week for Platinum members. If you spent a certain amount, you got a full-sized kit of Model's Own makeup, which I have never tried anything from Model's Own before, so this is really exciting. So I thought it would be just really fun to sit down, try out all of this new makeup, first impression style, let you guys know my thoughts on it, what's good, what's bad, and all of that, and just have kind of a fun test out of the new Model's Own makeup. Since I have not heard of it before, and probably a lot of people have not heard of it, so we're gonna start with the face because I've already prepped that. I went in using my Maybelline Matte and Poreless in the shade 120 for my foundation. This is gonna be a very highlighted and contoured kind of look. So I did go in using my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Fair number 5. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the contour. So this is Sundown number 1. It does come in a very large stick. Let me roll up all the product. And you do get a very large amount of product in here. I am kind of worried this is going to be a little bit too warm toned for me, but we're going to test it out. I'm going to go ahead and use a brush on one side to try and blend it out, and I'm going to use a sponge on the other. I'm going to take my little Eco Tools sponge and I'm going to try and blend it out on this half of my face. So here's what half of my face looks like blended out with the Eco Tools sponge. I am going to take my contour brush by Morphe. This is the Y12 brush, and I'm going to see if I can blend this out any better or if it's worse. I feel like it's getting very muddy on this half of the face. I'm going to take my Eco Tools sponge to kind of soak up some of this product because I do feel like I went a little bit too heavy-handed. I'm going to go back in with my concealer. I do feel like it got very muddy very fast because I will just say this is way too warm toned for me to contour with. It honestly looks like I'm a little bit sunburned. So I'm gonna try and fix this with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. So hopefully that saved my nose contour a little bit. Next I have to test out is the Sculpt and Glow Highlighter Stick. This one is also $11.99 and it comes in this giant deodorant style kind of tube. That's what it reminds me of. Maybe it's like a lipstick tube also, but this is their highlighting stick number 2, Moonlight. So on one side, I'm going to kind of put the product on using the stick. The other side, I'm going to apply it using my fingertips. So let's try it. Blend this out using my fingertips. I do want to test this as kind of all over the body glow. Ooh, wow. Personally, I am not a fan of it on my face. I feel like it is very subtle for what it is. It is supposed to be a highlighting stick, which is very shimmery, so it is supposed to make you glow. However, I do not feel like it is doing enough for what a highlighter I want it to do on my face. It is a very subtle glow. I do feel like I want to bronze up my face a little bit more. There is no bronzer in here. Before I move on to the eyes, I am going to test out their lipstick. It is their Luxestick Velvet Lipstick in Red Rose. This one retails for $8.99. So it is a cute little packaging. It is magnetic, but it does twist around pretty easily. It seems like it's kind of flimsy. It feels very kind of like light and cheap. So here is what the shade Red Rose looks like. It is very pretty. It is very creamy formula. For $8.99, you know, it's pretty good. Now we are gonna move on to the eyes. And first things first, I'm gonna set my eyebrows, and I'm gonna be using their Now Brow eyebrow gel. It retails for $6.99, and this one is just their clear version. I did test this one out in my new makeup look. I don't know what I'm gonna be calling it. I will link it down below. It is the one where I test out new makeup from my Ulta haul, and I did test it out then, and I did really enjoy this brow gel. Just in case you guys did not actually see that video, I will repeat my thoughts on this one, but I do really enjoy this brow gel. It goes on very wet at first, but it does dry down nicely, and it doesn't leave like a weird sticky texture from the gel. It just kind of merges with your eyebrows, but you're able to shape them and lay them where you want them, and they will not move. Next, we're going to be moving on to the eyeshadow, and in this kit, I received their PM kit. This is an eye and face palette. Oh, I didn't know that. There's a blush in here. I'll have to add that. So this is their nighttime one. They do have a daytime one as well. And this one retails for $17.99. Which in my head, I'm thinking it's a little bit pricey for being $17.99. Let me show you guys. So you receive 6 eyeshadows, a blush, a mini blush brush, and a little flat eyeshadow brush. Personally, I probably will not be using these brushes. These are kind of a throwaway to me because I never really go in with a tiny little brush like this. And for paying $17.99 and you receiving only 6 shadows and 1 blush, I feel like that is kind of high up in price, especially for a newer brand. So we're gonna go back to the face since I totally forgot it came with a blush in here. But I am gonna take my favorite Morphe Y9 brush for blush. Oopsie. Ah, that just sprayed like everywhere. It does come with a very nice large size mirror, so I'm going to be taking advantage of that. Jeez. So that was extremely pigmented, so let me try and fix this. Is it just me, or is this kind of like a weird combination to put into a palette? So this palette does not have any names for the shades, so I'm just going to point to them and tell you guys which one I go into. So I am going to be taking the very browny taupe shade that is here with my Wet n Wild crease brush, and I'm going to have this as my transition shade. That shade went on very nicely. I think I'm gonna have to switch up this lip color because I am gonna have to create kind of a very blue look. I will look like a complete clown, so soon I'm gonna wipe it off. So what I'm gonna do next is take this very light kind of teal blue. Oh my gosh, you guys see that fallout? Jeez, look at that mess. Ugh. And I'm gonna take this in my crease slightly and in my outer V area. Yeah, I have to take off this lip color. Okay, so I switched up the lips and I put on my NYX Liquid Suede in Sandstorm. And I think that's gonna help because it's about to get pretty dark. Taking my Wet n Wild crease brush to kind of blend it. Now what I'm thinking is I'm gonna take this very deep, dark blue shade. I don't even know what I would call that. And I'm gonna apply this all over my lid. It's gonna be a very dark kind of blue smoky eye. I'm gonna keep it kind of low because I'm gonna try and blend this out. I'm getting a lot of fallout underneath. So note to self, if you work with this palette, or if I work with this palette again, you're gonna get crazy amount of fallout. My entire under eye is blue, so I'm gonna try and save it. So here I have my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contour Palette, and I'm gonna try and clean up the under eyes a little bit, because I had previously set my under eyes, so I don't want to go in with any more concealer underneath. Next, I am going to attempt to highlight the inner corner, and I am going to take this very purple shade. That is actually very pretty. I'm going to drag it all the way underneath on my lower lash line. I was going to do one of the darker shades, but I don't want to now. And blending that out a little bit using my Makeup Geek Defined Crease Brush. Take my pencil brush once more, and now that I've blended out a little bit, I'm going to try to get it very close to the lower lash line and get some more of that shimmer. Let's try and save this look. So next I have to try out is their Eye Definer Liquid Liner. So it comes in a very large little tube, which is pretty cool. And this one is their black shade, and it is gonna retail for $8.99. So I am gonna attempt a wing. And I will be doing my wing off camera because I need to get very low in focus. Alright guys, I tried my absolute hardest with this eyeliner, but holy crap, this is completely and utterly terrible. I would not recommend this liner. I feel like there is way better ones that are not $8.99. If you are looking for a really good eyeliner, get the Wet n Wild Liquid Liner. That one is, I believe, $3.99. This was absolutely terrible. It took me so long to try and do a good wing. It started clumping up in areas in which I can actually like touch it and feel like clumps on one side. It started clumping up so bad it was actually flaking. I mean, poof. No, 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 no. Normally I would finish this up and I would put on some lashes and then, you know, complete the look and all of that. But I will not be keeping on this makeup. I feel like this was mainly more a fail than anything. I am going to give you guys a rundown of the products once more. Let's start off with their contour stick. For very fair and very pale girls or guys out there, this is going to be very, very, very muddy on you. I feel like this color is way too warm toned. Personally, I do not like a warm toned contour. I like something that is cool toned. This more felt like a bronzer, and it was not the greatest. I feel like if you are a little bit tanner, this could possibly work out for you. But for my skin tone, I am not a fan of this. This is a pass. The next item is, of course, their highlighting stick. For highlight on the face, I do not feel like it is enough for me to want to spend $11.99 on it. It has mainly disappeared and you cannot really see it. As a all over the body glow, this is amazing. So if you are looking for a stick highlighter in which will give you a really nice glow to your skin, this is going to be very nice for that purpose. For a face highlight, I would say this is a pass. Next up was their lipstick, and it was a good lipstick. I mean, it wasn't anything bad about it. It was kind of a little bit of a lighter coverage. It did go on very nicely. It was a creamy formula. I do not have anything really bad to say about it. I just personally would not pair it with this eye look, but I will be wearing this one again, so this one was a good one. This is their clear brow gel, and I do really enjoy this one. It did really like put my little hairs in place in the front, and it did help kind of like lay all the other ones, you know, where I want them to go, and it did lock them into place. So another good one. Now we are moving on to this eyeshadow palette. First, I just want to show you guys the absolute mess that this palette created. As I was just dipping into my shadows lightly, it was spraying everywhere. So this is going to be a very dirty kind of palette once you use it, you're gonna have to clean it off probably each time. The blush is nice. It's very pigmented. It is a very bright pink. This is not something that I personally like to wear. As for the eyeshadows, the combination itself doesn't make much sense. This is gonna be a blue palette, so you better like blues if you're purchasing this one. And the two little brushes that you get in here, I mean, it's nothing really special. So this palette is retailed for $17.99, and do I think it's worth it? Absolutely not. I would not go out and purchase this one. Let's be honest, you only get 6 eyeshadows and a blush and you're paying $17.99 because I believe this brand is more targeted to like their drugstore section. So for that price, I'm not about it. This is a pass all the way. And last but not least, their liquid liner. And I would never purchase this again. This was the worst liquid liner I think I have tried in a very long time. It went on so dry that I was just like grabbing at my whole eyelid and just trying to like go across, but it wasn't working. Some areas are actually patchy in which the liquid liner did not want to stick. And if I tried to go over it again, it started moving around the product, and it was just a no for me. I know it may sound like I'm being very, very harsh on this brand with all of this makeup, but I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys my full-on honest opinion on these products. If it is not something that works out, and if it's not something I would purchase, I want to let you guys know so that way you do not go out and spend your hard-earned money on these products and then are therefore disappointed. So with that being said, I really hope that this was helpful for you guys. If you are looking into purchasing Model's Own, now you kind of know what's good, what's bad. So if you like this video, please give it a like, and if you have not already done so, subscribe to my channel. I post twice a week, once on Wednesdays and the second time on Sundays. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!